Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yes, I put up previously when I got Ali Thomas's painting, which I put behind me. I had an epiphany with the new moon in Libra. So I just want to keep explaining where I'm heading on a collective consciousness. So the snake. The snake was really appropriate when I saw this because I saw the snakes coming out of the green grass, which means that the snakes use the grass for hiding. So a lot of hidden emotions and beliefs that we don't really need or we've outgrown now need to come to the surface. So the snakes are actually heading up towards the yellow, which in my symbolization is about intuitive senses, which is Wurra Warren, knowing and believing. Okay, so I'm just going to read you this bit about snakes and snake people, original belief system. 5 to 6 thousand years ago, were descendants from Lemuria, which means wisdom. Sedona was one of the places that was first inhabited by these people who were keeping the records. It's basically like the Akashic records. After they emerged their civilization, they lived mostly high in the cliffs. Quartz crystal, that is in the red rock, hold information and knowledge. So that's the snakes going through the red rock. Or what I put with Wurra Warren is our ochre, which is also a medicinal mineral that can be rubbed in the skin, can be used instead of crystals. Syrians, or the Syrian energy symbols, was the snake. And there were two factions. One was towards the energy from Sirius, and they had love for humanity and a desire for peace and knowledge. Now that's the Lemurian connection. I'm actually from, in a past life, Atlantis. Sorry, a mental block there. Sorry about that. So I'm actually from Atlantis, and the reason why I know that, when I was working at Richmond Fellowship in 19 in the late 90s, I was working with in the mental health area, and a client came up to me and said, "Sandy, I know you." And I said, "Oh, okay, this is my first day, but that's great. Where do you know me from?" And she said, "Atlantis." And I said, "Oh, wow, wonderful! Thank you so much." I was wondering where I came into into here, where I came from. Anyway, so we were really close, and it was quite funny. We'd always be able to talk about the psychiatrists and the games that they played with the psychiatrists. And I said, "Yeah, these guys are special people. That runs in my family, so that's why I'm here." Yes, that's the main reason why I'm just doing this, because I'm looking at twin flame sacred unions, twin flames soul unions. There's karmic unions. We're all at different levels, but we're all here to learn. And the one thing about this sacredness is about unconditional love. Now, love is very, very hard. We've been taught to, taught to love, but unconditional. We've had conditions with our love. And like I said, the rewards, we need to get a reward if we do something good. That's conditioned. Or if you don't go along with the family, I'll say, like, your dad's a doctor. Now, if you're not going to be a doctor, you're going to be frowned upon, and you owe us. Well, that's conditioned love. So this is the difference. Unconditional means loving whatever, and that's where a lot of the relationships now are going through a tough time, because they're actually some are growing and evolving, and when I was evolving, I'd have to leave relationships. But sometimes now, depending, you can stay in that relationship, which is my last relationship, until that person gets to that level where there's no more real communication, and then you get frustration and anger coming into it. So it is time to break and move on. That's when you know that you have a soul union or a karmic union. But a twin flame union is actually the miwi, the soul, the part of you, half of your soul meets another soul connection, the same, with opposite polarities. So it's not an easy journey. It's having to combine a fire sign with an earth sign, or a water sign with an air sign, whatever the four-leaf clover, that a symbol that I do. So I'm actually putting all this together and working the 5-star pentacle in with air, fire, water, and earth. And then the pinnacle at the top is the collective. So the individual learning process is where astrology or the alternate healings and the ancient healings have come in to help us at this stage. So this is very much part of what I'm looking to put into the education system and into training. And that's going to be a lifelong process, because of transcending is not easy. Okay, and breaking down old beliefs and patterns is not easy. So thank you for listening, and I'll put this up on YouTube, because that's where I can keep an eye on where I'm going from the first YouTube that I've done. And thank you very much for the people. I think it's nearly up to 200 hits now. So just keep, some of them have been a bit all over the place, but I just have to go with my intuition and working with my ancestors in infinite spirit. So and just being positive. So thank you for listening, and I'll be around again later. Thank you. Bye.